The following episode contains mature themes and strong language. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello. Welcome back to History and Mystery in Kansas City, the history podcast about all things unsolved and unexplained in Kansas City and the surrounding areas. I want to talk about an active missing persons case.
Okay.
His name is Tamontez Hurt. He's a 19-year-old African-American man who was last seen February 1st, 2024, so this year.
So this is recent.
Very recent.
Okay.
He is originally from St. Louis, and he had been attending Missouri Western State University in St. Joseph, Missouri. On the morning of February 1st, Tamontez is with a female friend and calls his grandmother, Tacona. He's in a panic, and he calls her acting strange and acting scared. She said she overheard him ask a woman, who later said her name was Naya, that she heard him ask her, "What did you do to me? And what did you give me?" He was so scared, and he asked his grandmother to pray with him. Tacona calls the police, who are able to pick up Tamontez around the 3900 block of Baltimore and bring him to St. Luke's Hospital. Tacona is still on the phone with him at this point and says Tamontez is talking about God, being forgiven, and, quote, "I am born again and I am going to glory," end quote. Tacona is begging the nurses to run tests on him in case whatever he ingested was laced with something, but the hospital told her that they didn't find anything in his urine sample, so they just discharged him.
That's insane.
Yeah, when you're acting that crazy.
Yeah, there's other tests that they could have done.
Right. Tacona is begging them not to release him, and she's in St. Louis, so she's like 4 hours away.
Right.
But she's like, "Please don't release him. I will come get him." But they refuse. They're just like, "There's nothing here. We're going to release him." She begs the nurses to give him at least a cab voucher so that he can go to the bus stop. And she plans to buy him a ticket so when he gets there, he can just go back home.
Right.
So they do that. They give him a cab voucher, and he goes to the Greyhound bus station, and she briefly hangs up the phone with him so she can buy the bus ticket. He arrives at the bus station around 11:53 a.m., gets out of the taxi, which was a Z-Trip, and he walks over to go inside, but the doors to the bus station are locked. So he heads back to the taxi where his cell phone is still inside, because
he's not in it. He's not
in his right state of mind.
Right.
But the driver won't let him back inside to get his phone, and he drives off. And this is all on security. You can see it.
Why would the driver not at least be like, "Okay, well, let me grab your phone. Let me give you your phone."
Yeah.
Like, I can understand if he was out of his mind and the driver's like, "I don't feel safe with you in my car." But at the least point, he could have been like, "Let me crack the window. Give me your phone."
The only thing I can think of is that he didn't realize his phone was back there, and Tamontez is just not making any sense, and so he's just like, "Whatever, this dude's crazy," and drives off. I don't know.
That's a possibility.
So then Tamontez just starts walking south. He was picked up by traffic cameras walking in the area of 77th and Troost and has not been seen since.
Troost.
Yeah. And that's not a good area. 77th and Troost is really not a good area.
Just Troost in general is not a good area.
Tacona, the grandmother, came to Kansas City, and she's been out looking for him, passing out flyers and just looking everywhere.
What was the date on this?
February.
So it's about a month and a half, almost 2 months.
Yeah.
Oh. What, wow.
And his grandmother says, quote, "I'm all the way from St. Louis, and I'm asking you for help in your city. I've got posters all down Troost. I'm going all around everywhere looking for my grandbaby," end quote. She isn't sure if he was having a mental health crisis or was giving something, but she says he does not act like this normally and something is definitely wrong. And he would have reached out to family by now if he could have. So please help this family and share what you know. If you have any information, call the Missouri State Highway Patrol at 866-362-6422 or Kansas City Police Department Missing Persons Unit at 816-234-5043. Or you can email missingpersons at mshp.d like David, P like Paul S. .mo.gov. That's a long one. Yeah.